Imagine a world where the United States never existed as we know it. What if, in a dramatic twist of fate, the American colonies failed to achieve independence from Britain? Picture the ripple effects across politics, culture, and the global balance of power. Today, we'll dive deep into this alternate reality, unraveling a tale of power struggles, unexpected alliances, and a world profoundly different from our own. Could this be a cautionary tale of resilience or a story of missed potential? Stay with us as we uncover the answers. In 1775, the seeds of revolution were planted in the 13 colonies, fueled by mounting frustrations against the British Crown. Taxation without representation, restrictive trade laws, and heavy-handed governance had created an environment ripe for rebellion. Figures like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin inspired colonists with visions of liberty and self-determination. But what if these ambitions were crushed under the weight of British military might? What if the revolution faltered, and the dream of independence remained just that, a dream? To set the stage for our alternate scenario, let's revisit the historical context. The mid-18th century was a time of rapid expansion and conflict. Britain, fresh from victories in the 7 Years' War, sought to consolidate its empire. The colonies, seen as both a source of revenue and a strategic asset, faced increasing control from the Crown. Discontent grew as measures like the Stamp Act and the Townshend Acts burdened colonists. Yet, revolutionary leaders believed that unity and perseverance could overcome these challenges. What if this belief had been misplaced? In this alternate timeline, the British military's overwhelming resources and superior strategies decisively quashed the rebellion. Key turning points, such as the battles of Saratoga and Yorktown, become devastating defeats for the Continental Army. The British Navy tightens its grip on American ports, cutting off crucial supplies and foreign aid. Without the timely intervention of France, the revolution's prospects dim significantly. The colonies, divided and demoralized, failed to sustain their fight for freedom. George Washington, the steadfast leader of the Continental Army, faces insurmountable challenges. In 1778, after a string of losses, Washington is captured during a British raid on Valley Forge. His capture sends shockwaves through the colonies, leading to widespread despair among patriots. Loyalist sentiments gain traction as influential colonists, fearing British retaliation, switch allegiance. Revolutionary leaders like John Adams and Alexander Hamilton are either executed as traitors or forced into exile, marking the end of organized resistance. The war officially concludes in 1780 with the signing of the Treaty of Philadelphia. This treaty, a stark contrast to the Treaty of Paris in our timeline, reaffirms Britain's control over the colonies. Harsh measures are implemented to prevent future uprisings. Colonial legislatures are dissolved, replaced by governors loyal to King George III. The ideals of democracy and self-governance, once a rallying cry, are suppressed under the weight of imperial authority. Economically, the colony's trajectory shifts dramatically. Without the drive for independence, industrial growth stagnates, as British policies prioritize the empire's needs over colonial ambitions. The colonies remain primarily agrarian, exporting raw materials to Britain while importing finished goods. This dependency stifles innovation and entrepreneurship, leaving the colonies economically tethered to the motherland. Wealth disparities widen as British aristocrats and loyalist elites consolidate power and resources. Culturally, the colonies become an even more entrenched extension of Britain. Aristocratic values and rigid class structures take root, creating a society where social mobility is nearly impossible. The concept of the American dream, a land of opportunity, never materializes. Slavery, already a cornerstone of the colonial economy, persists unchecked. Without the abolitionist movements that later flourished in an independent America, the institution becomes even more deeply entrenched in the social and economic fabric. Politically, the colony's hopes for representation in the British Parliament remain unfulfilled. Despite promises of inclusion, colonial voices are marginalized. The colonies function as subordinate territories, governed by officials appointed by the Crown. Political dissent is harshly punished, and the ideals of liberty and democracy struggle to gain a foothold. The revolutionary spirit is remembered only in whispered tales and secret gatherings. Globally, the absence of an independent United States significantly alters the balance of power. Without American support, the French Revolution faces greater challenges, and Napoleon's rise unfolds differently. Britain, unburdened by the loss of its colonies, expands its influence in Asia and Africa, reshaping global trade and colonization. The lack of a counterbalancing power allows Britain's dominance to go largely unchecked, leading to a world where imperialism reigns supreme. Beneath the surface, resistance simmers. By the 19th century, underground movements emerge, inspired by suppressed ideals of liberty and equality. Figures like Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, though operating in a vastly different context, still fight for justice. However, their efforts face overwhelming odds without the support of an independent nation championing their cause. The struggle for freedom becomes a slow and arduous journey. Indigenous populations face even greater challenges under prolonged British rule. Expansion into their territories continues aggressively, with treaties and agreements offering little protection. The absence of an independent America means fewer efforts to recognize or preserve indigenous rights. Displacement, conflict, and cultural erasure become the grim realities for Native American communities. The cultural landscape undergoes a profound shift. Without the unique melting pot of influences that shaped American identity, art, literature, and music remain heavily dominated by British trends. Iconic figures like Mark Twain, Emily Dickinson, or Walt Whitman may never rise to prominence, their voices stifled in a society that prioritizes conformity over innovation. The distinct American ethos, bold, rebellious, and diverse, never takes form. Let's delve into the personal stories of this alternate world. Imagine Alexander Hamilton, once a fiery revolutionary, working as a loyal British bureaucrat administering colonial policies. Picture George Washington, not as a revered founding father, but as a captured rebel living out his days in obscurity. These human elements offer a poignant reminder of how history's twists and turns can shape individual destinies. This alternate reality forces us to grapple with profound questions. What defines freedom? How much do leadership, vision, and unity matter in shaping the course of history? Without the American Revolution, the ideals of liberty and self-governance might have remained elusive, reshaping the very fabric of human civilization. The world's political and economic systems would look unrecognizably different, prompting us to reflect on the fragility of progress. As we unravel this scenario, it becomes clear that the American Revolution was more than a struggle for independence. It was a bold experiment in governance and human potential. The Founding Fathers' imperfect vision, flawed yet groundbreaking, altered the trajectory of history, laying the groundwork for modern democracies. Without their triumph, the course of history would veer into uncharted territory. If you followed us this far, it's clear you share our fascination with the what-if scenarios of history. Imagine the possibilities. How might your life be different in a world where America never rose to prominence? Leave a comment below with your thoughts on this alternate reality. Could such a world have led to greater stability, or would it have plunged humanity into prolonged turmoil? Don't forget to like this video if you found it thought-provoking, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more journeys into alternate realities. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into history's untold possibilities. Together, let's keep questioning, imagining, and uncovering the endless potential of a rewritten past. History, after all, is a tapestry woven with countless threads. By pulling on just one, the outcome of the American Revolution, we've unraveled a world of alternate possibilities. Each decision, each battle, each leader's choice carries the weight of future generations. What other moments in history might hold the key to vastly different realities? Share your suggestions for future videos in the comments below. As we conclude, remember that history is not just a collection of dates and events. It's a story of humanity's triumphs and failures. By exploring these alternate paths, we gain a deeper appreciation for the world we inhabit and the choices that brought us here. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.